Here we go. Welcome back to the 1216 podcast. This is chapter 1083 for review. So as you guys know, 1082 ended with Sabo talking to Eva and Dragon about what actually happened. So we starting off with up first Sabo, because Sabo kicks it off and just starts explaining to Eva and Dragon everything that's been going on. As he said last chapter again, that he's gonna let them know what really happened at Marie Joie. And man, woo! They got 3 jobs done. 3 of them things done with. They started off by declaring war by destroying the 3 Celestial Dragon symbols. Sabo, Revolutionary Army captains all went inside there, and they did what was set out to do. It was 4 captains that went in there with Sabo. They also rescued Kuma and freed as many slaves as they possibly could have freed. The slaves that were imprisoned there, some of them came back on the ship with them, of course, from Lalasia Kingdom, and came back with Sabo. And those are the ones who are trying to, as well, now join the Revolutionary Army and be a part of this, so that they don't have to worry about their homeland getting destroyed again. And then the final thing that they did, and the thing that was set there, one of the main goals, is that they destroyed, they found and destroyed the Holy Land's food reserves. Dragon and Eva then start talking about the uprising of the 12 nations. So again, it's 12 nations that they had that were going to do it, that they put influence into. Out of those 12 nations, 8 of them were successful. And of course, we know one of them was wiped out, clean, flat, destroyed. Once the world government found out about Lucia Kingdom trying to join the Revolutionary Army, it took it aside their hands to drop the judgment bomb upon them and just completely deface all of their existence. Just left a huge crater inside that part of the world. So the world government is definitely showing their powers now. And going from there. The Revolutionary Army started off by attacking government ships and nations that are no longer following orders from the Celestial Dragons. So the world government is now in shambles, because people who are not worshiping the Celestial Dragons are now attacking, the world government, as we've seen from the Cross Guild. Since they're paying out, innocent people are going out there and stabbing people. So RIP T-Bone, of course. So a lot of tension that comes inside the air started to come up once Dragon starts to talk about the real battle that's to come from God's Knights once they get mobilized. In my opinion, God's Knights, you guys might already know it by now, has to be the Serums. Of course, we have S Hulk, S Shark, then S Hancock, or what I forgot her name. But the Serums, the people who look like people from King's Nation, they took a little bit of his blood, because they were working with King and Kaido and trying to manipulate their blood to recreate soldiers for them. So the world government finally has the creations going under control now and pushing out. So the Seraph are going to be mobilizing soon, and they're known as God's Knights. Be ready for stuff that's going to go down, because things are about to get real. Sabo then starts talking about how he feels bad for what's happening to King Cobra. So we switched panels over for them a little bit. And again, Cobra, if you guys don't know, Sabo was framed for murdering Cobra. I'm pretty sure he didn't do it, and I'll tell you guys why at the end of this, after the chapter review is done with. Sabo does state that Sabo feels bad for what happened to King Cobra, but he can live with it if it helps fuel the flames for the rebellion. Sabo asks Eva what really happened since the flashback, so we get that coming up soon. So Sabo was going through his mind with everything, breaking it down, and Eva is just looking on and distraught a little bit, like, whoa, are you really saying that? So we get flashback to Marie Joie when Sabo arrived there with the 4 captains, and they were going at it. So the 4 captains came out and started attacking and destroying food supplies. The Celestial Dragons ended up saying that they don't even want the the heads of the captains for the Revolutionary Army. They wanted to be completely destroyed. Just get rid of them. They were creatures that shouldn't even be worried about having a trophy for their head anymore. Just get rid of them. So that's what the Celestial Dragons are saying. So we have Charlos and Charlos's father, the Saint father and son duo. And they're talking about how they don't even want them to be around anymore. And we have the rest of the Celestial Dragons that are there as well, saying just destroy them, kill them already, get rid of them. And that's when the captains get into battle with two admirals that are there. So it's two admirals there. One is Fujitora, the other one is Green Bull. And CP9 is there as well. The Kapapa and I forgot their names, but they're there as well. But the four captains from the Revolutionary Army are going up against Green Bull and Fujitora. Mind you, Fujitora, he stated before that he just wants this to be over with. He wants to change the system to something that's actually for justice. And Green Bull doesn't give a snout about any of that. Green Bull is like, you know what? I'm gonna follow inside Admiral Akainu's footsteps, and I'm gonna follow him to the death and do everything just like him. As they're all fighting, the four captains and the two admirals are all fighting. Sabo sneaks away to go free the slaves, and he ends up finding Kuma being walking around by Charlos and Charles's father, Rosinato, and they're walking around. Rosinato's on top of Kuma's head, and Charlos is just walking around upset, saying that he wants to get her. He can't wait to capture her, and he's talking about Princess Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi, of course, as you all know, is the mermaid princess, aka or Poseidon, however you want to go by and address her as. Vivi is walking around as well. As Vivi's walking around, she's walking around accompanied by Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci is accompanying her and saying that he's going to protect her. And Vivi snaps and says, "What? Like you protected Shirahoshi?" So the thing with Shirahoshi is that Charlos wants her as a pet. He would do anything inside his way to have Shirahoshi as a pet. Not happening though. Shirahoshi, I'm assuming that she's safe and she's good with right now. So we know that Pale and Kaka are both there. They're working around with Cobra, and they get an audience with her. Vivi's like, "I'm gonna go with you, Dad," and do all of this. But Vivi walks off to go walk around with Rob Lucci to make sure everything's okay. So as they get inside the room, we get a flash to the next panel, and the panel shows that King Cobra was summoned with the 5 elders of having a meeting with them. This is what things interesting. He walks inside there. They tell him he can't have any bodyguards. King Cobra says it's okay. Go take care of Vivi. She could get into a lot of trouble, basically. In my mind, I started thinking already, oh, wow, they're going to kill Cobra and blame it on Sabo. Since Sabo's walking around Marie Joie trying to find his way around, the 5 elders are going to kill him and burn him and make it look like Sabo did it since Sabo is there. So that's my whole theory going around with it. But they ended the chapter off with Cobra stating, just sitting there in front of the 5 elders. They ended the chapter that way. So immediately inside my head, I had questions. Is the world government definitely going to frame Sabo? 100% knew that they were going to frame him from the get-go because of what we know the world government to be like. The world government, shiesty, they're shady. They'll do anything to make sure that they're seen as the good guys and on top still. Now, this is what things get interesting because Bonnie is also running around Marie Joie looking for Kumba. So why was she there when she should have been on her way to Egghead Island? Well, I guess this was before Egghead Island. So she is running around, of course. But this is like right when the Straw Hats arrived at Wano. This is when Marie Joie started happening because they seen us at the paper that Sabo was captured. That's during the beginning of it. And then he takes off, he goes, and this is when Bonnie was in there. Bonnie was looking for Kumba, and has to be when Bonnie finds out the secret of why Kuma was transformed, which is why she took off to go after Dr. Vegapunk at Egghead Island. And then just trying to see, will Rob Lucci actually protect Vivi? So I can't wait to see what ends up happening with that, because we haven't heard anything from Vivi, anything about Vivi in a while. So hope everything's okay with her. I believe Cobra is dead. Like, a lot of people have been dying off. Like, a lot of people. T-Bone, we know, is dead officially. It's unofficial that, Eustace Kid and the Kid Pirates are dead. Law is completely messed up right now. It's a lot of stuff going on. So we're trying to make sure that we get the best knowledge possible for you guys. So in my mind, I'm going to keep doing chapter reviews every single time I get a chance to answer my questions. And please make sure you guys keep following the 1216 podcast. We're doing what we can to get out some of the best content that we can. And if there's any improvements that we can make, please put them down in the description or in the comment section. I mean, put your reviews down in the comment section. Let me know what I could do better up on my end. Check out 16's videos, of course. We're going crazy out here. We got more podcast stuff coming up, more trailer reviews coming up, more everything for you. So we're trying to give you the best content. This is 12 talking to you guys about to sign off. Of course, my flag here. Let's get the best content going strong. Love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in to 12's review of the newest chapter, One Piece, chapter 1083. And stay tuned for more. Be out.